Alright, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Rakakadash. The honors to the elders and apostles of Great Milson and rule well. Salutation to the Aki, I'm preaching the truth to the four corners of the earth in sincerity. This is what I Yakal coming to you with another lesson, Lord, when we are defined through the Spirit. And as the title reads, do you want to be safe? Right? It was inspired by the brother JMS in Rome that made me feel to do this video because it's something that I was actually meditating on since last night, and he just through the Spirit brought it out, right? But there's so much more wanting to be safe, right? There's so much more being safe when you understand it, because we always mention the Lord will take care of us. We always mention the kingdom of heaven, all the glory. But before we reach all our glory and kingdom, where the scriptures say where rest is allowed, we had to go through pain, we had to go through tribulation, anguish, doubtful spirits coming into your head, making you wonder if it is you're a part of this thing, right? If it is you're gonna make it, if it is you're gonna be that protected. You understand? Because yeah, we know the Lord has have our back. But do you know if you are part of that number? You don't. So it's all about being ready now. Right? Getting your mind ready. I'm getting your mind ready and be getting your spirit ready. Being in order and being ready so that when it is you see that time come. Because look at what happened to the IUIC. They've been chased out of Kenya, trying to preach the word in Kenya. You understand? And they chase them. And when you understand these things, they don't call upon the name of the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Apostle Taha was going into that. They don't call upon the Lord's name, right? But you see, as the precept I have here, and I'm going to read it out, calling upon the Lord's name is something serious. It's something that is going to have you safe in that time. In the name of the Lord, the correct doctrine, being humble. Being humble because scripture said, anyhow, let me do butcher the scriptures. Let me go into it straight one time. This is the book of Proverbs 18 and verses 10, and it reads, the name of the Lord is a strong tower. The righteous run into it and is safe. And if you go into that word strong tower, it goes into on a high level, or you could say on a raise you up on high, where it's like medieval times where the princess will be in the tower and all the dangers will be going on down there. Is that exactly how it's gonna be? Even when Yahushai come, right? I believe that is Job 5 and 19. Right? Let me get that quick. Right, it's Job 5 and 19. It says, he shall deliver thee in 6 troubles. Right, meaning through all these things that we're going to go through, the RFID, all these other things, right? It says, in 7 there shall no evil touch thee. And the 7 is what? When them ICBM bombs are about to hit America. In 7, no evil shall touch thee. Because when these bombs, before it hit America, they're going to get caught up in the air, as the scriptures say. And we that remain will get caught up in the air to meet the Lord. So before the 7th hit, which is the bombs, you're gonna get taken up on a high level, right? So the same thing with the name of the Lord, because you're calling upon the Lord, Brakata Yahweh, Brakata Yahushai. You're constantly remaining in prayer, right? You're remaining in the truth. Basically, you're holding down that doctrine that you've been taught from before, and they never let go of it, because we can clearly see a lot of men claiming to be having the truth. They don't have the truth, right? Because they're not dealing with the name. The name is a serious thing, and not to emphasize on the name too much, but going back into being safe, right? I have an next precept that is the book of Nahum. Right? Nahum chapter 1 and verse 7. And it reads, "The Lord is good, a stronghold in the day of trouble, and he knoweth them that trust in him." How the Lord know them that trust in him? Because they that trust in him would do the things required to be safe. Right? You're not gonna be out here skylacking and doing as you please and just putting off the Lord from day to day. This is something serious. Apostle Raka was saying it as well too. He said, "You sisters that in this thing and do have a husband, look for a husband, seek for a husband in this truth." You understand? And I would say preferably in Great Millstone. You understand? But the Lord again is a strong tower. Because you see a lot of things in the time that we're gonna head into, even the women had to be safe. You understand? Scripture say you'll make a man a hiding place. All these things supposed to be like pointers. Right? I'll make a man a hiding place. I would make 7 women to cleave unto one man. All these things should be indications that women should seek safety. Because we know that they can't really defend themselves like that. But the Lord gonna turn it up a notch where he's gonna make men raise a standard in men. Right now, dealing with the men now. Right? It's time for men to straighten up their ways. You understand? Brothers in this truth, it's time to straighten your ways and look at all their weak points, address them so that you can be safe. Because you wanna remain where you're doing enough. Right? And we can never do enough. Right? You're doing all that you should do so that the Lord don't forsake you in that time. You're holding on this truth to the end. You understand? You're doing all the required steps now. Same thing with the men, same thing with the women. Because the scripture says, if she continue in the faith. Right? And for the men, is they are to endure to the end. Same difference. It's just that the Lord deal with men. As the scripture says, the sheep of my tabernacle are men. Right? The Lord deal with the men. So the things required from a man of the Lord is things that Yahweh shall say, my burden is light. You understand? You want to be safe, you're going to do these things. You're going to keep the name of the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. You're going to trust in him because he know them that trust in him. Right? Let me get that Psalms one time. This book of Psalms 91, and I'll start from 1. It says, "He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. I will say unto the Lord, he is my refuge and my fortress. My power, in him will I trust. Surely he shall deliver me from the snare of the fowler." What's that? A snare is a trap. The fowler is Esau. The snare of the fowler, the traps that Esau has been set. Scripture says he set up his net and he catch some. Right? So Lord willing, we don't get catch. Because that mark, that MOTB, that is one of his snare. You understand? And the Revelation describes the judgment and the penalty for taking his MOTB. Now you want to be safe from that. Because the Lord also mentioned it as a way to escape. And I'll get that. Because even escaping the wrath of the MOTB, which is the devil coming down, right? To escape that is also to be safe. Because you're in danger if you take it. Right? Due to the judgment. Right? So I'm going to continue. "Surely he will deliver thee from the snare of the fowler and from the noisome pestilence. He shall cover thee with his feathers, and under his wings shalt thou trust. His truth shall be thy shield and buckler. Thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night, nor the arrow that flieth by day." And I could go down into this, but really and truly, straight to the point. Right? You're not going to be afraid if you know the Lord is with you. You know why? Because every step of the way, every danger that you enter, you realize that, hey, I was saved from this. I was saved from that, even up to this day. Before all this terrible time comes and Jacob trouble come, you're realizing that the Lord dealing with you because any situation you end up in, he pull you out of it here. He pull you out of it. That's why I reference the scripture, a way to escape. Now let me get that. Right, there's the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 10 and verse 13. And it reads, "There had no temptation taken you, but such as is common to man." Right? Everybody been being tempted with the same thing. And even putting into the mark of the beast, the scripture called it the hour of temptation, where the devil, gonna come down and the Lord gonna try all the earth. Right? The scripture said that he'll try all the earth. Right? So let me get it here. It says, "There had no temptation taken you, but such as is common to man. But Yahweh Hashem Yahushai is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that ye are able, but will with the temptation also make a way to escape." This is what we're seeking for. When you get tempted and tribulation coming on you heavy, and them spirits coming on you heavy, that the Lord show you that way to escape. The Lord show you that light at the end of the dark tunnel. You understand? Because we're going to need it. Ezra said it, "Woe is me, who shall deliver me in those days?" But answer is Yahweh Hashem Yahushai is going to deliver us. That name, that power, is going to deliver us. That is our God. Right? As long as we deal with him. And as long as he deals with us. Right? It says a way to escape, that he may be able to bear it. Because if you don't get a way to escape, you're not going to be able to bear it. We in the end now, I can never see why we should be fucking up in the end. I don't see why we should be wilding out in the end. I believe we should just shape up and get ready. And then too, that is according to Matthew 25, right? Let me see if I get that real quick. Matthew 25, it mentions, "Then shall the kingdom," Matthew 25 and 1, it says, "Then shall the kingdom of heaven be likened unto 10 virgins, which took their lamps and went forth to meet the bridegroom. And 5 of them were wise and 5 were foolish." This is the point right here. 5 of them was wise and 5 was foolish. Now the wise ones, here's what they would have been doing, right? It says, "They that were foolish took their lamps and took no oil with them. But the wise took oil into their vessels with their lamps." Your lamps representing you, your spirit, your body. You understand? And that oil is the Lord, the word. You understand? Taking that oil within you, you understanding what going on. You understanding that, hey, time's gonna come, I'm gonna need this. Just like the scripture says, "Wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times." You're gonna need to be stable. You understand? It's getting late. We're running out of time. Let's see it. We're running out of time. We live in my grace. Right? Grace period could be up any time now. Right? It says 5 of them were wise, 5 were foolish. They that were foolish took their lamps and took no oil with them, but the wise took oil in their vessels with their lamps. While the bridegroom tarried, they all slumbered and slept. And at midnight there was a cry made, "Behold, the bridegroom cometh, go ye out to meet him." Then all those virgins arose and trimmed their lamps. This is the part. We saying, "Hey, I wish I coming, I wish I coming." But what we doing about it? We trimming our lamps. You're getting ready. Trimming your lamp is when you get your lamp ready, because it's burning with oil, right? You're burning with oil, but you're trimming your wick. You're making sure that you're pulling out the wick a little bit, making sure it burn bright. And that is what's going to happen to us. We're going to be the bright, burning lamps in the dark times. The dark places when all of them lights going to out. Because they're not going to have no spirit to keep them continuing. They never was with the Lord in the first place. They never trust in the name. Right? Therefore, they didn't really believe. They believed in a false way. And that false way led them astray. Right? You see? Marriage. All those virgins arose and trimmed their lamps. And the foolish said unto the wise, "Give us of your oil." Why you want to get some of our oil now? We was always preaching unto you. You understand? We was always telling you what to do. We was always letting you know, hey, this is the way. This is the path you should take. I believe you should do this now while it's early. You understand? And in your head, in your spirit, the Lord supposed to deal with that and say, hey, this is the way, walk in it. Right? Because the scripture says, you hear a voice behind you telling you this is the way, walk in it. And we hear these voices and we know this is the way and we walk in it. You understand? It's just a continuing it to the end. Right? Let me see. Where I reach? They say, give us of your oil, for our lamps are gone out. Verse 9. But the wise answered, saying, not so, lest there be not enough for us and you. But go ye rather to them that sell and buy for yourselves. So a lot of men were selling this thing. You know, Bishop Nate and his whole gang, Sakari and his whole gang, all that selling this wood. And Christianity and the whole. Right? They all were selling this wood. And by doing so, they counted themselves among Jeremiah 23 pastors. So Jeremiah 23 and 1 always say, woe unto the pastors that scatter my sheep. Right? They are hirelings. They seek money. Filthy lucre, as the scripture call it. Right? So they have a judgment. Subscribe to them. But we dealing with the ones that not want to be safe. Right? And I'll get the precept here for the sisters. This book of Isaiah chapter 32 and verse 2. Right, and reach from. It says, and a man shall be as an hiding place from the wind, which we know the wind is the destruction, right? And he covered from the tempest as rivers of water in a dry place. Not only a hiding place from the wind, which is the destruction to come, but also rivers in a dry place, because you're gonna be in a time with no truth on the land. You're gonna be in a time with no substance. Everybody bugging out, looking for a way out. How we gonna eat? How we gonna this? How we gonna that? And the man and the Lord gonna be here calm, wisdom and knowledge again, keeping it stable, right? Where you're gonna be humble and telling them the things that they should do. You understand? Pray to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Hold your head up. Face the east. Don't panic. Because you see scriptures in them so much that it come like normal. You understand? They don't need to pick up our Bible and read it. Now we have it. You understand? We have it within us. And Lord's willing, in that time, the Lord boosts our faith. Continuing. Right? It says, as of rivers of water in a dry place, as of the shadow of a great rock in a weary land. Right? But I don't think there's a precept I was looking forward to. This Yapa. If it's not 32, then it could be 13. Right, this is the book of Isaiah chapter 13. And I read from verse 12. And it says, and I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir. Right, don't see? Right, because here I'll read from 11 and I read back 12, right? Isaiah 13 and 11, it says, and I will punish the world for their evil, and the wicked for their iniquity, and I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease, and will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible. So this is for all these proud, women, because firstly going into Esau, but everybody that is allied with Esau going down as well. So all the proud bitches that I don't need a man, I don't need help, I'm independent of myself, doing everything myself, blah blah blah. You see them, they're gonna feel it. Taking away everything. All your checks, all your high position, your money, which is also your defense. Taking away. What else? Yeah, count everything nice. Because women like convenience. They like to have everything there for them. They need a lot of things. They need a sanitary stuff for when they menstrual cycle. They need a lot of things, right? And he's all gonna take away all this shit to make sure that they take that mark. And they're gonna run into that mark. That's why too to that Israel is women. And they're gonna get put to death. Because they're gonna run head first into that mark. Right? But going back into the precept, the Lord's gonna cancel the arrogancy. You're gonna get rid of these wicked women, these wicked niggas who think that they don't need the Lord. You understand? Because they have the money and etc. etc. He's gonna prove them wrong. Right? Verse 12. I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ephraim. I'm not talking about a normal man. Because these men bug out. So obviously these men are the Lord. You understand? These men bug out. They don't know what to do. The first thing coming to their head is to load up guns and go and loot. You understand? They're not thinking that, hey, let's follow what the scriptures say. Be humble. Take it cheerfully. Because the kingdom is at hand. Alright? And that is it. That is being safe. You understand? On both sides, women and men. Right? Because really and truly trusting the Lord and knowing what to encounter in the course. Right? I always seek to mention Baruch. The Lord sent an angel to take Baruch, to grab him by his head and fly him all the way to Babylon. Right? Fly him to Babylon where he never been before. To carry a bowl of food for a brother. That if that is not powerful, then what is? Because think about it. The brother that's there, in the lions den chilling, and the Lord sent an angel with a brother to bring a bowl of food for you. Right? So Lord's willing, this lesson will edifying through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, Hashem Kakodash, that will honor to the elders and apostles of great medicine and rule well. Salutation to the Aki and preaching the truth to the four corners of the earth in sincerity. Shalom, shalom, shalom.